Any Life Weaver enjoyers?
Chris,
that was
5
a
months.
switch. I thought we were actually going to get it for a second.
You can TP as the Kiri. You can make those bait lay switches. 2 Orisas though, Scots.
Oh shit, yeah, true.
Whoa, Spear and then Cheerios from FD God. Kai is already down. Okay, that sucks, but the best thing about losing someone so early there is that you are going to be able to get a quick reset.
Peps is already getting fucking
kill. That's a little
rolled,
bit
bro. I mean, ENCE is already getting rolled.
Team Peps is, you know, as you said, just great setup play.
I want Team Peps to win, bro. They're the underdogs. Let's go. Come on.
You just got to reset. The only difference that we're seeing from these two teams is Kai.
Chat, I'm calling it right now. Team Peps is winning.
From Kai, you know, really
you guys are all going to lose your channel points.
While Exiodal over on the Cassidy as well.
Yeah, Exodal versus Kai. Definitely favor Kai in this situation, especially on the Soju. And we kind of spoke about it a little bit earlier on. Well, case in point. Point proven. Thank you, Kai.
Wait, what just happened?
The 5 later.
Making you look smart.
1 DPS down for Team Peps. Nice Suzu. You can see Kai is basically able to do anything he wants. Like, step up, it doesn't really matter, because Crimzo is also sat on top of him. So if you need the Suzu, sure. And then you also have to kind of get through Vestola to do so. Oh, we're back.
Wait, what the fuck was that? What
with
the
that
fuck
early
was
pick, like, you lose so much of that damage, and then Naga can't even get on the back
that,
end either. The
bro?
Sojourn is equally as scary as the Cassidy and like a very close range shot, especially when you got a charge route.
casters.
Yeah, and that's something that a
the
lot
fight.
of teams and players have gotten really good at is just charging up on the tank and then just saving that body shot. If you're able to body shot the Tracer, you don't even need a one shot. It gives your Tracer just such a huge advantage, which they can then play around. Like you can see right now, Kevs is just sitting on this high ground, pressuring Team Peps, and that's just something that FD God has to worry about. They're just going to have to worry about early rush coming out from Team Peps.
Really early rush. Good disengagement though from ENCE. They don't lose anybody just yet. Although I say that and Master ends up falling, same with Kai. Nice triple blink there from Naga.
Nice, nice. Let's go, Team Peps. If no one's gonna cheer for them, I'm gonna cheer for them.
And a good team to flip as well onto the point. So 50% now. That very early percentage that they gained from winning that first initial fight, Scott, really paying off for them now.
Yeah, and Crimzo was just 5% off of having the rush of their own. I'm sure they would have liked to have mirrored those rush, but because they had to disengage, eventually get punished. Naga lurking, wants this pulse bomb.
Very, very patient. Oh, spots Crimzo, 1 HP.
Something
No Suzu to be seen. Throws out the pulse bomb
Bro,
as well.
he's looking like my Tracer out there. God damn.
They do.
Okay.
With Kai getting booped back into the fight, surely Kevster doesn't go down. Here come the healing offers.
Oh!
He ends up going down to the spear of all things. That's a very
Yeah, you guys are right. You guys are all saying lies and whatnot and cap. You guys are right. My Tracer's better.
Last fight now for Team Peps.
Oh, you can see Team Peps, they're trying to play aggressive, make the fight happen here so that someone has to run through to get to the point.
Crimzo's dead. 2 Terror Surges, sound barrier, spin away. Naga kills 2. That's Team Peps with a round win for sure. Sound barrier came out from Master, but Master's in spawn. And there's not much left to be seen here from Kevster. Force recall, cheeky whipping out the pulse bomb there from Naga. Didn't end up getting the kill, but what a nice round from Team Peps. They're starting off strong.
If that's one of those rounds that if you're ENCE, you need to just be like, okay, shake it off. Maybe a little bit of nerves, just some unlucky plays. Like obviously they lose someone very early on in the team fight, and then Crimzo as well must have been hit by some spam damage and then followed up by Naga. So they didn't really have many effective team fights. So you just gotta, you know, be like, okay, everybody calm down, lock in, let's go over to Sanctum. But overall, great play by Team Peps. Just individual picks have been just going to that next level.
Yeah, I mean, Kai, like I mentioned before on the point, he's kind of immortal there, and he can when he's got all the support, but the rest of the team's falling around you, not so great. And especially that first pick, too. First pick leading into 2 more, and then you've wiped half the team, and then you get the point first, and you're able to fight super close. Really nice work from Team Peps so far.
Oh, I was about to say,
Very
never mind.
different comps, though, rolling out the gate for...
Very different. So ENCE is playing with the Kiriko still, so they're going to want to play fast, especially based around that Echo.
Ooh, they're running Ash Tracer. Okay, this is a little interesting.
The Ash, these long sightlines, play around the Dynamites. So expect Team Peps to try and find a way to disengage. The real question that I have is how is Kevster going to be able to get close enough to anybody to get into this fight?
It's going to be a really, really hard task to do that. I mean, yeah, you can kind of dance around this high ground here. You can get some healing cards coming from
You know what's
Crimzo.
actually going to be really
But I mean,
interesting,
that's about
chat?
it. The Ashe playing such long range
What's
and
actually
the Sigma holding
really
things down
interesting
looks
is
pretty
that
nice.
this is the
It's actually
only
Naga
week
that
that
ends
you
up
guys are going to be able to
first.
see this comp.
Will be Team PEPS
What's
to cap
crazy
two.
is that next
Should be a
week
flip
when we
from
watch
Team
this,
ENCE.
the meta
I mean,
is
with
going to
Naga
change,
dead, like,
obviously,
you can
right?
still
Because
fight there,
Tuesday
but they
is
just lost so
season
much
10.
precision.
And all the new season updates. So the next season, they're only going to have a few days to scrim and try to figure out what comp works best, and we're going to watch some interesting games next week.
You see them once again.
I think Wrecking Ball is going to be meta. Wrecking Ball seems really fucking broken.
Juggle it.
Who touches though?
Kev's is fighting Naga. You can see in the small room. We can't see it right now, but there is a 1v1 going on.
There is a 1v1. Kevs are going super low. Naga goes down again. Just the random left clicks from across the map from Vestola. They do trade for Kevster, but they're still holding on to the point. FD God's having a hard time actually capping this one out as well, as Master's there to match. Master goes pretty low after FD God flings a couple of Cheerios his way. It's actually Exodus who
Flings a couple of
finds the kill
Cheerios.
eventually. And there's Team Peps with the cap. FD God. Oh my, how did FD God not go down? Exodus maybe saving there just with the presence alone. As the fight does continue to rage.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Lucio can only he could go in he could go in speed boost and not go healing because he's just gonna self regen anyways.
It's actually ends with the latest sound barrier here as Exodus and the rest of the gang trying to march on backwards. Nice Terror Surge lands perfectly onto the back line, forces the lamp, even gets the instant kill onto Exodus there. As their Team Peps using a lot of their ultimates super early onto that fight, but ENCE with a perfect disengage and then re-engage with a sound barrier. That later sound barrier always wins out.
Yeah, that's a textbook. Use your sound barrier later and then re-engage. And because they have the Orisa can play aggressive into that Simi. You can see Tread's actually struggling to get anything done this round. Still does not even have the Gravitic Flux. He's just sort of standing there. He's like a big shield that he's just like sort of poking and prodding, but he can't really get into the fight. 60%, once again climbing. We're going to go back into this fight of the tanks dueling on the left side. Tracer and the Lucio trying to get...
Oh, Kai.
Third time in a row. Third time in a row. Naga's been picked off, but he's the one you're going to be picking off, to be fair, if you're ENCE, because he's the one to try and force the cap. So, a little rough here from Team Peps as Naga's gone down again, but here comes the dupe from Kevster. That's a large rock. 66% ult charge already. He's not even a couple of seconds into the dupe. That flux to try and eliminate him. No free flux for Kevster, but the damage might have already been done. Naga comes back with a little bit of vengeance here, but once again, Team Peps have just been
Orisa too strong, chat. Orisa too strong. If you don't have an Orisa, GG's, bro. Orisa too strong. Also, Naga dying every fight. Kind of unfortunate.
Oh no, forced recall. What a spear from Vestola.
And that's what you want to see from ENCE. You can see they played around their own tempo really well. Kai doing a phenomenal job getting that rail and shooting the Tracer, just like we talked about in the first round. And that just made it very difficult for Naga to almost do anything. And Tread just on the Sigma just felt like he was shooting air the entire game. But
yeah, that's kind of tough, chat. Poor Naga that fight, but I'm pretty sure they'll bring it back.
Teams to play this brawl, walk out this top left.
Jaeger, pre-sponsored 23 months.
Very slow-paced game. It's like very slugfest. It was mainly Naga kind of going down first, which really tipped the favor in ENCE, towards ENCE. But with Peps now running out with the Ram, you're going to be able to do a lot more against the Orisa. It's nice playing this kind of poke style, but you need your DPS to also find those picks, right? Teleports out from both squads. Kai on the Soj again. Exodus on the Cass. High ground control is very important here for both.
Getting out the door is important as well. I don't like that level 1 Crook. You can see they actually just got speared back into the room. So now level 1 Crook is going to be trying to healing, and that's going to require a disengage from Tread. When you go into that middle fight, you really need to try and sort of get out of the door so you're not all just in one singular choke wave. Oh, Kai gets Naga again, though.
Again, Naga is having the worst time right now. Jeez. Like you mentioned before, Scott,
that sucks, bro. Naga was popping, but Naga not popping no more, chat.
Just forcing the recall a lot of time on the Tracer just forces so much out of the comp. Oh, wow. There goes Vestola, though. Very aggressive push. There was no Master there for the extra healing and speed away, so Vestola was left on an island. Kevster going pretty low. No recall, only one blink. Gets finished off by FD God, as Exodus is there with the extra couple of shots. There's a very quick cap. Oh, Crypto sliding down from the roof. Ends up going back to spawn.
That was maybe a mistake by ENCE, not putting enough respect. Yes, you had a pick in a 5v4, but because you had your Tracer going to the point and playing on the point to try and capture it, and your Baptiste was playing pretty far back, Vestola ends up falling down to damage, and then another sloppy death here by Kai. I feel like that's really been where Team PEPS has found the most success, is just punishing ENCE for poor positioning and not respecting that they could just keep going and trying to get another pick and another pick.
Yeah, very big tempo swap from last round. Low and slow, and now hard and fast. All right, kitchen for ENCE. Their entrance will be made here. Pulse bomb for Kevster. Already have to dash him back. I would have recalled there, but Kevster, much better player than I. Who's surprised? Doesn't end up blowing the recall and actually reaches the point, dodging out the window.
Is this
and still
EMEA?
saving
Yes.
onto the pulse bomb. But I mean, meanwhile, you cap the rest of your team. They're just getting jumped on. Team PEPS know they're in a 5v4 if they try and take control of the kitchen, and there's not even a cap for ENCE there, so they weren't even able to delay some more time and sneak some capture percentage away as Team PEPS just wipe the floor with them.
ENCE just weren't able to get out of that room. And once that window goes down from level 1 Crook, they're just stuck in a rock and a hard place. And once again, Team PEPS getting very aggressive at this spawn room.
I like it.
This is something that Timeless actually really likes to do. I know because they did it against us and it was very rude. But like, you get aggressive at those spawn doors and people don't expect it. And they're actually very
EMEA is
so they
Europe,
did a great job of punishing. But now
Middle
all of a sudden,
East,
ENCE has made it to
Africa.
the point. Team PEPS matching them on it.
High Noon forces people away. That pulse bomb going wide. Oh, Vestola. He had really nowhere to go there. Final fight coming up for Team PEPS. The annihilation from Tread is just going to eat away at that overhealth. Surely this is their round, this is their map as well. Yeah, ENCE, where you at? This third form of damage unlocked by Team PEPS right now.
Dude,
so I feel
Team
like
PEPS
that's
is
about being
rolling.
Emotional. They do end up just running to their spawn half the time and just kind of forcing that positioning, forcing positional mistakes from ENCE. And
Yo!
Team PEPS with a very clean round. End up taking
The
round number one.
underdogs!
Playing with a lot of
90%!
confidence as well. You can see they really
90% on
understand how they
ENCE!
wanna
10
play
on
around this
PEPS!
composition.
Let's
The
go,
only times they really
PEPS!
floundered in
You
that
guys are
entire map
losing
was
your
on a
money
round where they
today.
sort of,
That
take
soda
players
doesn't
or
even
tank
taste
players
good
now,
to me
but
anymore. It tastes like
if you're
shit.
more comfortable on the Diva, you're happy to play
Which
the
I guess
Diva
is good.
in Winston-style maps. Well,
That's a lot of sugar and, like,
going to adjust to that.
all
Maybe
that
recognizing this
disgusting
might come
stuff.
out and going to play a Zai, or maybe this is just to bubble the Widow. I swear that never works. Actually going over to the Winston, of all things.
Okay, Winston.
Yeah, I don't count my
Little
calories.
dive
I fucking
with the
hate counting my
Soch.
calories.
Okay. I see how ENCE deal with this one. Of course, Master's on the Brig, not on his famous Lucio.
Briggs
Crimso's
really
on the
good this
Ana.
map. Because if you can play on the defensive setup, you can just play back with your Ana. Makes it really difficult for the Winston to get on your backline. You can pack people from range. You can whip them around. So Brig very common to be played as they're jostling for position. Huge nade.
Surely they get that kill. Oh, Trent was 1 HP. Oh, it's actually Crimson that goes down first of all people.
Should I just
They don't have
consistently
training
work
level on
out and
Crook,
eat whatever
but
I
no
want?
healers.
I mean,
All
the
the
reason
damage is
why
done,
I can
and
eat
now
whatever
if
I
you're
want is because I have a
ENCE
fast
side of
metabolism.
things,
If you don't have a fast
Diamond still
metabolism,
do
then
end
I
up
would
taking
actually have
names and
to.
numbers
You
in
would
the
actually have to
backline.
watch what you
Very
eat.
equal trade when it comes down to it. I mean, Kevster, no recall surely. No, it's up to Kai. Couple of low health people. Exodal down. He only needs one more. Hinder grenade going out. Just playing it rather safe. What an unbelievable turnaround there from Kai.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice headshot too as he rolls away, but the spawn positioning for PEPS. Scrappy first
What's up,
point.
Court?
They're going to be able to get re-engaged, but PEPS have 2 ticks.
Yeah, 2 ticks on the board is pretty good.
Also, I'm
Obviously,
very
you've got the cap
active.
There, but Kai on the
I mean,
high
sitting
ground is
down
a
all day and whatnot
difficult
is really
beast to
bad,
deal
but
with,
like,
now you're gonna see
I
both
used to
teams
play
be
a
able to
fuck
get
ton
their
of
backlands on
sports,
the
and I'm
high
trying to get
ground,
back into
but
it.
Team PEPS have to go in. They're playing Lucio Kiriko. They need to close the distance, and you see Tread going in from the side.
Oh, no spin healing there coming into Kai to make sure he doesn't die to the damage of Tread. High Noon coming in, but Naga with the double pulse. Oh, surely that's it. Kai
Yo,
with 22 HP.
Naga's
Don't
showing back
think
up,
he's gonna be able
chat.
to
He's
clutch
coming
this
back.
one.
He's coming back.
Kevster, though, comes back in. Kind of doesn't eat Kai, apparently. Oh, you got to get the Diva kill. No, Vestola ends up just pistol smacking Naga. A double pulse bomb from Team PEPS onto the backline. The perfect pick, and we still lose. Team, please.
Yeah, that's an actual team please moment from Naga. Just not able to close everybody out. Everyone was so low. Like, Kai was at like 20 health, but they just couldn't get into and close out the rest of the backline. That was a lot
Get a
of
soccer league going with Overwatch streamers. Yeah, that sounds like a very good idea, but you're missing the fact that all the Overwatch streamers don't live next to each other and everyone's in different countries or different states.
Shoot Tracer, shoot Tracer, shoot Tracer, shoot Tracer. Tracer has traps. Tracer. 1. Yes, can we push? Under. Come.
I'm on cast one.
Woo, just finishing
Nice.
up
I
some,
love the
just
comms,
making
bro.
sure
When they
they have
add the
target
comms, it's
prioritization
amazing.
Of the
They really
Tracer.
hate Kevster. They're like, screw Kevster, shoot that guy, don't let him touch. Well, it's the right thing to do, right? They knew the Tracer was going to be touching. So once again, another great pick onto the backline. ENCE's backline has been really struggling to stay alive so far. Yes, it was okay on the first point, but they need to find a way to live.
Rally available from ENCE, but classic pulse bomb onto the rallying brig. Could be in his sight, so he's not careful. Oh, this high ground control easily taken with this overclock. Now split up, everybody is though. It is very early. Can they make anything
Wasted ult though, feels bad, man.
Rally from Marsa, Naga with the pulse,
Oh.
looking for the break. Oh, the 180 flick looking like Fury. Taking that pulse bomb clean out of his hand, saving Marsa, but Crimson not quite so lucky. Here's the sound barrier. They've already lost their tank, but it might not matter. Marsa down, all the healing gone
1
now
HP, that
for
fucking
ENCE.
sucks. Okay, he
Crimson's
peeked,
gonna be back
nice.
in just a moment. Kevs is still holding on though, and killing Exodar as he was taking that high ground. And with this spawn advantage too for Team ENCE, might not matter all too much. PEPS end up getting quite a fair distance, however, on this push.
Yeah, they even though Team PEPS were able to push it like relatively far, ENCE had to use like a lot of ultimates to stabilize. Once again, Crimso's just getting picked over and over again. Let's see how they try and use this Kitsune rush from level 1 Crook, because it's very difficult, you know, it's hard to get it on the high ground. Maybe they're all gonna commit as one and drop it onto the high ground. There it is.
There's the rush on the high ground, perfectly called, and Vestola just getting bullied by FD God right there, and then got boot back in, more damage landed, even the self-destruct, unable to get a remake. As Leveron Crook there was with a kunai to finish him off. And now they just gotta kill Kevster.
5 versus 2 Overwatch League players. But that...
That's no Suzu available. That's a big kill. Can anybody get the touch? Yes, Kevster's back, so is Vestola.
This is what I really like about... I hated Overwatch League. Holy shit, that guy flew far. I hated Overwatch League.
Jumping down into the
because I feel like Overwatch League,
different map.
It's just if you get signed, you're in the Overwatch League and you're there. This is so much better for competition because anyone on any team that can be put together can show up and just win. I fucking love it. I don't think, and I do like the fact that organizations, if they want, can pick up a team and sign players, and that's more beneficial to the players because they're going to get paid, and it's more visibility to the orgs. But like having the ability to have any random person, I'm calling them randos, chat, having the ability to have any random player join and make a name for themselves is so much better than having already like Overwatch League.
That Crimso took full advantage of a couple of seconds.
That's why I hated Overwatch League. Plus, you couldn't watch Overwatch League as a streamer. It was stupid.
Without the fear of one. And FD got an Exodal. They get antied and a good push from Vestola, using that nano to force his way in. Final fight now, 35 seconds to go, Scott.
Yeah, and that's a huge pick. You can see Crimso recognizing. He threw the nade, and as soon as it hit, he's like, Vestola, I'm nanning you, just go in and we'll kill him. Yep. And with FD God down, no sustainability, but lots of ultimates coming up for both sides.
Exile's got to be careful. Has got the slide, but FD God's right next to him, and there's no one there can assault his position. Well, speaking of which, actually,
Alvaro for 31 months, appreciate it.
Here comes the overclock. A lot of that is getting eaten by the defense mages.
Nice shot.
Crimso just
Crimso's been dying a lot.
Try and get behind the wide screen of the rally, but no, taken clean out of the game. Team PEPS, they do end up losing Exodile, but they have wiped ENCE from the map. Overtime is here. Maybe there's touches. Crimso, Master switching over. Lucio on the Kiriko to try and get the touch. Kevster still perma holding the payload. Forced to recall now, but Vestola is back. This rush in the Primal Rage should be good to keep Tread alive, and the sound barrier too. Had to use everything to try and stay in this one, and Team ENCE know it. There's a post bomb on the floor. Does send Tread pretty low. This should be just a slow eke out of the health bars now.
Shit, wait, they might actually be able to do this.
Does come
Oh, never mind.
Same with Crimso though, but Exodal on the legs, gets back in time, finishes off Vestola and Kevster. But Team ENCE
What's the
made
difference
that
between
one
Overwatch League and
hurt. Team PEPS had to
OWCS?
use
OWCS
everything
is
in that
open
fight.
to anyone and everyone. OWL was the franchise. So if you weren't signed to an Overwatch League team, you cannot participate. And the bad thing about the Overwatch League is that like that was their main focus and that was their franchise. So the Overwatch really didn't give a fuck about their tier 2, tier 3 scene.
So that's maybe why they switch over to the Orisa Baptiste.
So if you were in tier 2, tier 3, you were basically making absolutely nothing. But now those tier 2 teams, like what's a tier 2 team that was absolutely disgusting? I think it's called Timeless. Timeless is a really fucking disgusting team, and they're actually beating Overwatch League players, and they're actually showing up and making a name for themselves, which is really good. They deserve it. Like Rocket is an underrated chaser player. He's cracked.
Left in it. Crimso's going to
a lot of good players out there that are now getting recognition.
Very aggressive with this.
How you doing, Sir Hype?
Even with the high noon, they compare them both. You get that speed boost. Can play aggressive, catch Team PEPS off.
Kebs to know where he belongs, and that's on the payload right now. Just payload princessing. Make sure they don't get the touch and can't.
What I do want to see though, I want to see more orgs
it looks like they want to set up
getting teams.
Could be a good place to do it too. Arisa's already used.
So I think is ENCE a team chat? ENCE is an org, right?
Tread ends up falling, and with
I want to see more orgs like Cloud9 or like, you know, all these other teams out there.
3K almost make that a 4. There's FD God narrowly
Oh,
dashed out that pulse bomb. But it
G9.
doesn't matter. You got to touch FD God. So that is Team PEPS. Their push halted there just after that second point.
And that's the cause of them just having to use so many ults on that second point. You can see they just didn't have anything to be able to deal with all the pressure that ENCE was throwing out.
Insomniac, appreciate the Prime Summer,
sound barrier at the end there as well. So it is worth noting, Paraiso is historically one of those maps that's just very difficult to even get.
Yeah, like 100 Thieves. Like 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is
very choke heavy.
If they got a team, 100 Thieves is my favorite org.
Not the worst push if you're Team PEPS.
But I love Luminosity more.
So what they want to do on their defense. Are they going to go the Brig, you reckon? FD God historically has just been only a Lucio player. Like I think we've seen FD God on Brig like every now and then when he used to play like Paris Eternal and whatnot, but I doubt that is going to come out here.
We were actually looking at and talking about a lot of Europe in general, and historically they don't like playing Brig. They prefer to play the Lucio. That's where their comforts are at, and like you have to agree that maybe Ana Brig would be better here for Team PEPS.
Or did Dallas Field go? Dallas Field
strategic basis.
It's Cloud9, I'm pretty sure.
If you're more confident in the Lucio Kiriko and that helps your playstyle, just play to it, right? We know how good of a Lucio player FD God can be. If his Brig is going to struggle and potentially be a liability,
Timmy the Tatman said he's very upset at you. Why would Tim the Tatman be upset at me? Because he's complexity. Listen.
So
I DM'd Tim, and I DM'd like the team, try to get on complexity. They don't know wall me, chat. They don't know wall.
Phenomenal Widow players. Kind of disgusting, actually, when you think about it.
But you know what? You know what, chat? That's just, if you get Dona walled and they don't pick you up, that's more motivation to get bigger. So they notice that, and then they come to you, so then you can Dona wall them back and be like, you didn't want me when I was smaller? I don't care. I don't give a fuck about you when I'm bigger, bitch. Mic drop.
And Team PEPS are going to be the ones that are going to need to do
That's what you got to do.
Yeah, you can't really go super aggressive with the monkey, because if you dive in, easy thrusters, you can push him into the team. Plus, Winston takes a lot of damage from D.Va, especially with those micro missiles. What a nade. FD God. And okay, Exile in trouble? Apparently not. Apparently it's your backline that's in trouble. Or front line, sorry. Naga takes down Kai on the Tracer. That is not the way they wanted that to go. Although, they do have positioning here, Scott, with Crimzo and Marso just keeping Vestola alive on this high ground.
Okay, come on, Team PEPS. You guys need a good D.
The issue with playing a D.Va in that situation, the nades hit, but there just wasn't the follow-up. Nade goes short this time, but Vestola's just able to sustain for so long sitting on this point, getting packs and healing from the Ana.
Nice little leap there from Treads. Oh, the body block as well from FD God was just
nuts. That was actually just pretty fucking clean. Did you guys see that? He blocked him from running.
From the rest of his team. Good defense thus far. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Not even a single tick. And they're staggering Vestola too.
Yeah, that feels really bad. And now Ultimate's coming up for Team PEPS. How do you deal with this nano boost from Crimzo though, right? So the nano's probably either going to go on Kevstar or Vestola to allow them to just go hyper aggressive. Team PEPS have two options ahead of them. You either go aggressive with the rush yourself, or you use the rush to give your team sustainability and staying power.
Another attack here for ENCE. They got a lot of ults. Let's take a quick listen in, see what they got going on.
Oh, let's listen. Let's listen.
I'm marking up.
I can push. Just slow.
Looking out.
Neil. Q right.
Try to go with copy first, I think.
Yeah, I'm walking the search.
Okay, guide a bit, that's bad rule. Okay, actually, we're fine. Okay, I'm taking it. Try to me.
I drop.
Yeah, dropping. Okay, walk.
Sorry.
I have like 4.
Q. I need up there for the search me.
I can't soon. Coming soon. I know let's keep going. Get inside.
Get it.
Q1 back.
Get back point.
Living point if you can. Keep it up.
I rally if they come. Walk.
3 on point.
Damn, I thought he was gonna go for a pulse, but he used pulse.
Yeah, I rally if they push. I rally that touch, okay?
We don't know. Monkey touch. First monkey.
God, Festola is cracked.
Dude,
And
I
an
love
L-spawn
those
eaten there.
comms,
Could be the difference
bro.
maker from Team PEPS if that landed
I
and got a
love
kill.
those
They could
comms,
re-engage
bro.
with how
I
close they
love
were.
it.
Yeah, and just great calling there as well. Really listening to the calls, caught on to that, Kiriko being low, being able to transfer together. And that's, you can see the strategy that they were trying to use. Go in with the duplicate, force out the Kitsune Rush, gives you more value for the nano boost. That's what makes these players and these teams the best in the world. And now they're moving on to the second point, 3 minutes remaining. This is where I said it's going to get hard for the Beaver.
Oh,
Naga.
Naga dead.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's twice in a row now.
Yeah.
Naga's kind of had Kai's number, especially on that first point, but tides have turned. There's a rally available too, Scott, so it might be fairly easy for them to take high ground, but they still got to be careful.
But they're stuck on the low ground, right? Like, yeah, they have the rally, but they're not going to be able to use it. It kind of feels like they're just trying to accept that they're not going to get value of the high ground and just try and push the card as far as they can. And now rotate to the high ground.
Yeah, it's a decent spot too as well, because if you get height here, you can just drop onto the payload. You're not having to like go back when you've already taken height.
Yeah.
Master in a little bit of trouble. There's the rally. Duplication coming in from Kevster as well. A dupe onto Sode? Sure, why not? Kevster, you can do anything you like. Festola though, he's always the one in the kill feed. Didn't even need the nano this time around either. There's a pulse one kill onto Crook 2. 2 minutes to go, Scott. Team PEPS looking worse for wear as they're getting spawn held right now.
Come on,
No touches
Team
either.
PEPS,
They
bro.
pulse one.
Come
Suzu,
on, Team
no touch.
PEPS.
3.5
What's
minutes
going
to go, and a
on?
golden box of victory, Scott, just around that corner.
Yeah, it's not very far in at all in this third point. I said it was going to be difficult, and it's making it look very easy, perfectly timed rally. And it just feels like Team PEPS are just losing members very early on in these fights, and then it's just, they're having to use ultimates to compensate, and it's just falling away from them.
Well, there's the sound barrier. They're taking these fights very aggressive. Veston with another eat on a pulse spot. Third this map so far, refusing to let Naga get away with any form of damage with that ult. Team PEPS now, they have to retreat. FT got in trouble. Kevster just moving in. Kai just annihilating Naga, just diffing him in the Tracer matchup right now. And now Team PEPS have to try and sustain Scott. They're using the rush to try and find this fight, but they cannot let Kai get into the backline. Oh, and he's copied the Winston too. This might just be over right here. A slide away, a nice little right click landing into the backline. Exadile already gone. Team PEPS struggling to hold on to this point now.
Yeah, and just picks coming out left and right. Naga falling once again. They're doing a pretty good job of taking this fight. Tread staying alive, but FD God falling. Level 1 Crook under pressure, having to use
This is rough, man. And they got a rally, and we got a pulse, and we got the kills. You got an overclock, but you ain't got any teammates left. Team PEPS end up going down. ENCE.
Jaws is a really good caster, bro. He's a really good caster, but goddamn, come on, Team PEPS, bro. What's going on here, man?
The first map for ENCE.
Of course, as we're loading in, there's no substitutions at all. Just Team PEPS sticking with their 5. ENCE the same.
Okay, chat. Map 3. Map 3.
It's a very menacing looking cat.
That is a very scary looking cat. That's like one of those cats that you see in your nightmares, and then you just know it's over.
What?
Is that what you dream about a lot? Is that your nightmares? Is that what?
Well, I have 3 cats. Yeah, of course, that's what I dream about. The cat uprising that is imminent at all times.
You know what's crazy? When I get stressed, actually, I have a lot of dreams about my fish tanks cracking and breaking, and it's very, very stressful. Like
Armageddon is when the fish tanks start breaking.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's I can't think about that right now. It's gonna stress me. All right, double Orisa complete mirror comps here, Scott.
Yeah, so both teams playing exactly what I expected, and this is just because of what I was talking about. Funnily enough, in these opening fight for Coliseum, there's a lot of juggling because you want to fight for the left side, but what a lot of teams have been doing is they've been putting more and more resources over to the right side because if you control the flank, you have an advantage. And it's just a lot
Wait,
more
did Jay
difficult
get a
to deal with.
haircut?
So
Yes, thank you for
even Team
noticing.
Pep's
At
bringing
least
Tread over
someone
to help
notices
this,
chat.
this matchup,
You guys
just
are
poking back and
assholes.
forth. But we might be here a while, so if you need to get water, now's the time. Never mind, Naga's dead to Kai again.
We take it back. Take it back. Not on the Tracer this time. It's on the
Captain
Sojourn, but
for
still
2 months, appreciate it.
getting the better of Naga. As ENCE now move on forward. And this is going to be a really tough point, of course, being Coliseum. But with a Sojourn, if you can find one more pick here, especially with Kiri too, you are in such a good spot. And speaking of picks, there they are. And now the high ground for Team ENCE. They're just going to take it for free.
And yeah, the big advantage that you have as the defensive team is this bridge right here. You have cover, you have positioning. And that's why you can see ENCE, they're going to fight very heavily for this. You've got 4 of your team just sitting up here on the high ground, making it very difficult for Team PEPS to step up. Force them to use resources to get into the fight.
Oh, spear, disrupt shot, everybody thrown in there to force ENCE down to low ground. Happy to back off though. Want to take another fight in the mid, hoping that Kai can find another headshot, maybe onto Naga.
Yeah, Naga's just been, it needs to be more aware of the Sojourn. So far in this series, it's just, every time he looks away, he's just getting railed by Kai.
Wait, what?
There we go, there goes the other side.
Well, on the other side of things is Kevster this time around, that falls prey to the Sojourn railgun.
Wait, what?
They're not going to let him take high ground for free though, that is for sure.
Yeah. And Exile needs to really step up in a big way. If they're gonna take this Sojourn versus Sojourn matchup, needs to be finding picks like that. Otherwise, if you let Kai just go completely unmarked and unchecked, it's gonna be very difficult to win Coliseum.
Extremely difficult. About 20 meters behind now.
I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm scared that if I go to the bathroom, I'll miss this whole fight. I mean, this whole game.
100% energy straight to the high ground. Master takes a body shot, and here he goes. There's the overclock. Crimzo jumping in. Suzu just saving, but Crimzo and Master end up dropping to the floor in the waiting arms of
Oh
Naga
shit, he almost slid into that.
Bomb went wide. Kevster does get the kill onto the Soj, but it's not going to matter. Team PEPS with an explosive entry into that fight, and now they're going to push on forward.
Bit of a mistake there by Crimzo. I understand the desire to want to, teleport Suzu on your Sojourn, but he just left himself so exposed. He falls
Just
down.
watch on the
No more
phone?
healing for the
Chat,
rest of
no,
his
bro.
team.
I can
The
wait
big
7
thing that
minutes.
Team
It's
PEPS
either
needed
7
was they
minutes,
need to get
I
the ball
can
moving
try to
on the
wait.
low ground, but Kai's popped the overclock.
Nice shot.
The overclock
Nice
takes
shot.
to the skies and takes Naga's head clean off. And now everybody looking at rather, well, they're whimpering in a corner, Scott, is exactly what they're doing. And there's a 1 meter difference between them.
I don't know if you guys were watching when I was playing with Overwatch, but there was an icon wall map where I shot a tracer with the most fucking insane shot I've ever done. It was like a pixel perfect slide, jump, shoot, turn around. Oh my god, it was beautiful. She Devil for 5 months, appreciate it.
A huge overclock by Kai. Stabilizes there for ENCE.
It was fucking nice, bro.
Back in the middle, fighting for this right side.
All right, Naga, your pulse bomb can get eaten, sadly, by the spear spin. A little harder to do it,
PTSD.
yeah, exactly. You got to be a little bit scared at least, but at least it's a big cooldown out, I suppose. Like that's a copium for you. Yeah, I got spear spin out.
Voice his mouse, I'm gonna ban you.
Yeah,
I will say it is a very important cooldown in the Orisa matchup,
Right.
but that's mainly to just the Orisas. But if you can eat the pulse bomb, absolutely you'll take that value.
100%.
And you can actually see ENCE is actually happy to sit here in this fight because they're actually charging up a lot of important ultimates. They're getting up the sound barrier, the Kitsune rush, Kai's building up another overclock. If they just take this fight slower, then you know that's fine for them because FD
It's a pretty even match for 40 for 5 minutes into the game though. Ooh.
I mean, Tread, the overextension of the century there. Sound barrier coming in the nick of time from Masa. Saved Vestola's life, was 1 HP hitting that terror surge. Masa is dead, however, but it might not matter. Any casualties here for ENCE might be a little bit disastrous. Vestola trying to
dangerous
split people
push. I
off.
like it though.
Yeah, well, he's got cooldowns, right? So you might as well. 45 meters and counting, and there is the pick. Exodal taking down Kai. Vestola dying on the point. Important to do, so you get a reset with the rest of your team. And with 5 minutes to go, ENCE gained, what, 2 meters there, 3 meters.
Yeah, this is a Coliseum moment. This is one of the most difficult parts of this map is getting the push and getting
We need Emily instead. No, Emily is forbidden in my chat.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was straight here. All right, well, he's down on the floor again. There's the rush.
Go very aggressive.
From Crook. Yeah, well, they kill Kevster. You take that any day of the week. They're going to take the lead too, even the checkpoint. I mean, you can hold super far up. No one can touch, really. I mean, you got Terror Surge. You're happy to just play this corner, right?
And the overclock, right? Like, look at how long this corridor is.
Oh,
Yeah, there goes the overclock.
1 HP. Oh, he's dead.
I would slide in. Oh, he actually got that kill. Oh, he got the Tracer. Was that the collab?
Kevster too. That's checkpoint and then
Oh, I think that's GG's, chat. I think that's GG's, but I do think ENCE has an...
I was like...
I think, yeah, ENCE got auto respawns.
Doing so in a huge way, getting a bunch of picks, gives them the checkpoint, gets them even more meterage.
Yo, bro, Team PEPS is rolling, bro.
Still holding on to this Terror Surge as well. When ENCE step up, they're going to be getting pulled in together and have to deal with that damage.
Multi for 2 months. Appreciate it. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, what a stick. Revenge best served with a side of pulse bomb. Nice team wipe. 3 minutes to go here. Checkpoint though for Team PEPS. You're feeling super good about that fight. Getting the pulse bomb and the overclock out of ENCE. That's 2 less scary tools that they have to deal with now.
Yeah, and then now they're more than happy as well to brawl in this midsection. When you have the advantage on Coliseum, you're not the team that needs to be proactive or feel like you need to force.
Says they're rolling while getting it wiped instantly. Bro, it's 87 to 46. 2 minutes ago, it was 43 to 45. They're doing it.
Listening though, as X now ends up going down.
3, 2,
They're doing it.
Don't commit, don't commit. Dive point.
Carry right side, huh? Carry one inside left.
It's not. Always
You can touch for the
It's really fun.
We get kill in mid-fight. We have time for touch.
If they want to wall, we can just match. It's okay, we have same advantage.
Yes,
I'm using my ult to live or to kite that beat. Are they on high ground too? They are, aren't they?
Yeah. Walk up, yes.
Their whole team's on high ground and their Tracer's pushing point. Good fucking shit.
Pushing really hard, pushing really hard. Look wrist. The wrist up here. Can we fight? They will match. Fight with me.
So I want to try.
I can kill you.
Fight.
Hold it.
No CDs. We can push.
Go back.
I love how they stay in comms for the whole duration of the fight too. It's not like a little bit.
Lift it. I don't have CDs. Don't have CDs. You can. The rest is pushing.
I can try to live.
Can we touch anyone?
They're just trying
I
to
love
live.
it, bro. I love it.
Going down as Exodal. Just doing that with Kevster. Just a messy fight, Scott. Slowly going in the way of ENCE, but Naga's going to flip the script on him, land that pulse bomb onto Vestola, and that'll be Kevster trying to get out of there with Marsa in tow. Got a fair amount of meterage there, Scott, as well, but not the lead.
Tread just had the most Overwatch moment ever where he shot at a Kiriko once, did 1 damage and was saying,
it was like,
Kiriko's one. And I was like, man, just like me for real. But as you can see, ENCE, they get the checkpoint. Yes, they did lose the forward spawns, but now, next time they get to that situation, they don't have to wait for that delay of the checkpoint they're getting there. So that's a good fight for ENCE, but Kevster gets his head ripped off.
That was ugly!
All right,
That was
showing up in a
ugly!
big way. That's exactly what you wanted from him, Scott. And he is delivering.
Dude, imagine turning the corner and taking just a fucking full load to the face, bro. That sucks.
No idea, actually.
Yeah, it felt like there was a disconnect there from Team PEPS of FD God thought they were going up there, they were going to fight for it, but completely alone, and Kai punishes them for it, and that's a big mistake there from FD God because now all of a sudden the cast
Oh, he popped that so early.
That's an early overclock.
Wait, what?
It's the body shot. Looking for more. Spots Naga. Couple of extra Cheerios will finish him off, but Vestola's already dead. I mean, you got a railgun, you got an overclock, sorry. I've just got the generic railgun, and I'm still going to come out with more kills than you. Exdal comes up big.
I don't know what that was an early overclock, chat. I don't know how I feel about that.
If Kevster ends up going down here, he's got a couple of blinks left, surely. Ends up not
nice
getting
kill.
away. FD God with a nice little wraparound. These kills, they are punishing for ENCE now. 20 seconds to go as Terror Surge gets used by Vestola just to keep himself alive.
Oh, they got forward spawn too. They got forward spawn. If I was, yeah, use your...
Everybody hit Q at once.
Rush, Terror Surge, beats, Overclock, everything used.
Gotta kill that horse.
Master
Nice.
down.
Yeah, that's GG's chat.
Time bank is a ticking. Overtime is here, but it's only Kevster on the point.
Kevster wins these.
Kevster in a 1v4 situation with a pulse bomb. I've seen crazy
I
things,
love
but I'm not
ENCE,
sure it's going to happen today.
but
Ends up
I
falling
love
over to
cheering
Trent
for the
as
underdogs,
Team
chat.
Peps don't really need to score
Team
the ball
Peps,
down
bro.
either, as Marcel
They're
just gives his
cooking.
life for the cause. And with Vestola jumping onto the Doomfist, you know it's well and truly over. They even
At
get a checkpoint at the
10%,
very end
I
there.
called
Little
it.
fireworks
I
for
told
Team
you
Peps
guys
as
in the
they gain
beginning,
match points.
Team Peps, they're gonna take
Like in
it.
the
That
first
1
map, we
to
talked
10
about it.
return
In this Orisa
ratio.
matchup, it feels like Team Peps just have a
Goodbye
much
to
better understanding of
$6.2
how they
million.
wanna play the tempo.
The guaranteed spot is
Why?
quite tantalizing as well.
Why is it that I'm
Absolutely.
looking at
And
the
that can
toilet and it
change
says
everything up
notice
as
to
well, right? Like,
California
you can be like,
customers,
I assume SSG
warning,
is gonna get there with
cancer.
lots of points. But if it's a team like Team Peps gets first, all of a sudden there's a lot of very high point teams that are going to be in the running to try and get those 3 spots, or at least remaining 2 spots. But there is going to be a mix up here from ENCE. Kevster's on the Genji instead of the Tracer. Everything else is the same.
All right, okay. No Tracer. Interesting stuff. Well, you can deflect the railgun shot.
Why? Look up all cancer warnings in California. I'm not gonna do it, but just give me a TLDR.
Exactly. Damn, I'm very clever. I should be an
That's why we bring you in, Jack, for the hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, so true. Spit him with that one. All right, ENCE, what you got? Crimson almost getting 1 clip there. Exile going down, though, first for Team Peps.
Why is it only a notice to California customers that it's, why not anything else?
Just sneak away a kill somehow, some way. Make that 2 kills, but it's all good. Kev's has got the resets, he's got the damage, and ENCE get the point.
I wonder what the reasoning for the Genji is. If it's something that they always play on Tsubasa, if this is a reaction to what's been happening in these matchups so far. We are going to see the response from Team Peps come out. Tread goes over to the Winston. Very strong counter versus the Genji, because if the Winston gets on top of you, you kind of just get zapped to death. All of a sudden, that deflect that Jules was hyping up so much is no longer good.
Guys, so good. Look at him go. Wait, he deflected and walked away. No, wait. Wait a second here. Pulse bomb available from Naga. 10% away at least. Bit scared to kind of approach, have to wait for all their cooldowns to come back. Crook pretty low too, although that passive healing will kick in just a moment. They're going to make this final fight though. ENCE also not trying to make a move here. As Tread ends up getting Suzu'd as he does end up walking all the way back. Oh, what a stick from Naga. Just dunks him
I don't
straight
get it.
on
How does a
the
toilet give you
45, pretty
cancer
low.
though?
Same with
What?
Naga and X-Style though. They're low, diving in. Tread needs help. Sound Barrier comes in the nick of time to save the Winston, but still taking a lot of damage. I mean, he's trying to look one way, he's trying to look the other way, but the rest of his team just cannot get in onto the back line. It's actually Vestola taking the fight to them. Even as a Terror Surge, receives the Suzu just in time. Oh, pulls
what's my
FD
dad
in.
saying?
Almost gets the assassination kill. No mega health back to be found by FD God. And here comes the blade from Kevster. That'll do it. You'd imagine anyway. Oh no, Naga manages to take him out, and now it's just tank on tank. Honest Overwatch.
You got this.
I don't think Winston's got.
Okay, chat.
Sorry,
Anyways,
buddy.
back.
Sorry, buddy.
Anyways,
Orisa
let's
is
get
too
back to the
powerful.
game. We're going off topic. Let's not talk about ass
you can
cancer
see
apparently
Tread's
from
really
plastic
struggling
going
to
up
do
your
anything
asshole or
around
some
the
shit.
Winston. It feels like every time Tread's going in, the first step after going in is running away, because there's just so much damage coming out from ENCE, and you're jumping into an Orisa. So the team as a whole, Team Peps, need to be willing to work with Tread to sort of take some of that space. Lots of ultimates used, but the big thing to look at, both Sojin players with overclock. Kai's popping it early.
Both Sojourns are trying to rail.
Time and this ends now. Which one wins? The moment it's a coin flip. It's heads. It is Kevster. Exile ends up going down. Kai not finding too many kills initially with the railgun, but it's enough to force Crook all the way back.
Nori, what are you saying?
Master falls to the primal rage. Now Kai suffering a similar fate.
Oh, got a kill before he
Still
died
takes
though.
Crook out with him though.
Great shot at the end there. That can be a meaningful trade. It probably won't do anything once this gold finishes for Vestola. It's just going to fall over, but it's still a nice shot nonetheless. And it's going to be Team Peps holding on, even though they did lose Zyodal on the original overclock charge. Tread with the Primal Rage got so much value done. When you have that Primal Rage, when you have the sustainability to be able to go in, you can see how much value you can get from the Winston.
Slowly but surely they're making their move. They have got rush in 20% or so. course, with the Orisa, ideally you just cap the point here and then Terror Surge people in that choke. Crimzo with some good kiting there. It's almost wrapped by ENCE. Here comes the sound barrier though, doesn't hit Krug, and he's going to fall to Kevs if he's not careful. It's actually Vestola who secures the kill. So 2-for-2 trade, 3-on-3 on the point, and Tread is 1 HP and slowly bleeding out. Here's Vestola saving
that was a good first point. It's fine. They just need to win one team fight.
Crimzo's 1 health, no Suzu. Okay, that with Crimzo falling, Vestola has no more healing around them. They are healthy though. Gonna recontest late into this fight, but now with level 1 Crook coming back, there's
Vestola's won! Vestola's won!
Vestola's literally 1 health.
Oh.
It's the Naga.
Okay, Vestola dead. At least he survived for a long period of time, but I mean, Team Peps, they can play up here.
Yeah, and this is where the Winston composition is really strong, where you can play aggressive and just like zap them as they're trying to come in. 92%, I'd be surprised if ENCE decided to commit to this.
Well, they're gonna get the touch at least.
Bro, if Team Peps wins this chat,
Yeah,
it's GG's.
And Kevs are going down super early. That's point. That's point.
And I don't know if I love the Doomfist swap there. Like, obviously it's to be able to help them in touching, but now all of a sudden that affects the following round, right? Vestola's probably going to go back over to the Orisa, so that's ult charge loss. That's a late fight that you lose, that you could have been in position for. So I understand you want to be desperate and you never want to give up a point, but that's going to cost them a lot for that late contest.
Team Peps grouping up in the mid. Trying to find an angle to maybe cut off ENCE here. Just get speared. All good though. Speeding everybody along. Okay, so yeah, ideally here.
Is Custa casting? Yes.
Priority position, just stacking onto the
Chat,
point.
so I'm going to tell you guys something that's on the down low, okay? Custa didn't want us to win the OWCS because technically my team can win everything, but we wanted to lose to give Custa what he wanted to do. He wanted to cast. Casting is his passion, so we lost on purpose.
Coming in, pulse bomb onto Vestola, but shrugs it off. Sound barrier and that armor and
what is my dam?
making sure he survives all that incoming damage. No point cap just yet. His Exdal spear to the wall. 1 pixel away. There you go. Fine.
I don't know what my dad's sending
The
me.
difference maker there being at that rush. Oh my god, look how fast cast fires in the rushes. Little silly.
Machine gun cast just absolutely shooting in that rush, and smart by FD God as well, able to hold on to the sound barrier. And you can see how well Team Peps are playing when they have the ultimates. Tread did a great job of mitigating the value from Kai with the overclock on the Sojin, pushes people around, lives to tell the tale, and all of a sudden Team Peps just had too many ultimates once the level 1 Crook Kitsune rush comes out. But now it's on ENCE. They have the Kitsune rush. It's so much staying power that they can just put onto the point.
Let's see how they want to plant it. Yeah, they know Crimzo's going to do that, and they actually just respond with a beat. Basically on the frame. It's actually Kai that falls first. Both Casties now down. Vestola with so many cooldowns, like you're immortal on the Orisa, and Kevster comes out with a clean 3. Only the supports left. Vestola's
No, the drink is not why I'm exploding,
Team
bro.
still at 88%. That's 1 fight in it now.
Yeah, you definitely take that fight. The sound barrier engage was good. They got 1 pick, but it just wasn't
It's
enough.
not- this is
At
not
the end of the
G
day, they're
Fuel,
fighting
bro.
Kitsune Rush, which just gives you so many extra stats that you just can't find into it. Now, Vestola, the only ultimate they really have to speak for is going to be this Orisa Horse ultimate that doesn't really give you a lot of value. It's more used as a defensive aspect more than offensive.
Oh, that looked like someone went off the map there.
Yeah, I think it was the Kiriko though.
Oh, Crimzo, 1 HP! Oh, the spear! Oh, good tank, Vestola. Tanking that spear. There's the ultimate. Oh, Vestola didn't even have a chance to activate it. They do trade him for Crook, though, so there's not really any sustain now. You got the Lucio, I suppose, and yeah, ENCE know it. Use that sound barrier, just rush on forward. You got no health, you got no Suzu. ENCE got to win this one. They got to win this one now. That Orisa. Raid boss dead. Oh, Naga just weaving his way in to the back line, but Kai with a sharp shot to 180 to finish off the Tracer. And even FD God trying to get back, but Kevster, very smart play by Kevster there, just kind of catching FD God as he was trying to get a final touch. And
No,
now,
Jasmine, you
they're on
cannot.
a capture point here. 2-1 on
Get away from me.
Yeah, did a great job stabilizing. Vestola sticking onto the Doomfist now as well. I think when Doomfist to touch in the final fight, like he did the previous time, no, actually goes back to spawn now, switches over to the Orisa, so that should mean that Team PEPS will have the
How's that
initial
rude?
position,
I'm
but
not giving you my
ENCE's gonna
shit,
fight
bro.
them up
Listen,
here.
if you want to buy me
Generally,
something,
a
just
fight
give
will
the
be a risk to
subs.
control this high
So if
ground.
a coffee, chai costs $10, give 2 subs. Well, actually, it's more like 3 because like which takes 50.
Just never peek. Suzu's
Or
everything.
4
just
rather,
throw
right?
everything in this small room. Tiny Overwatch mode activated and Kai forwards. Vesola 2. All right.
Also, I have a PO box, but you guys don't send shit anymore to my PO box. Every time I go check my PO box, it's someone that's sending letters to the wrong PO box, and I have to say, who the fuck is this? And I throw it away.
Team PEPS, just nothing that ENCE can do. So they do get the first checkpoint. Now we have to see how ENCE are going to attack this. They're going to go all
The
way
only
around
time
the
you
right
guys
side,
ever
avoid
sent
themselves
anything to my
getting
PO box is for my
prodded as they
birthday.
try and fight for this high ground.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
and
3 ultimates thrown in, Scott.
and apparently
Anything
trace your
on this
fucking
fight, as
ass.
Peps have,
That's
3
what
of
you
their
guys
own
send me.
ready and raring to go. God, Crimzo's almost kind of too scared to peek because they know they got ult, surely. Terror Surge is absolutely ginormous. Although Tread almost ends up going down, just spinning up and getting the overhealth, the over armor, and then oh well, you're dead. Naga ends up still picking up
Yo,
kills, though.
Team
And again,
PEPS might win.
You used so many ults in that last fight, and Team PEPS played that kind of slow, Scott. They know they can kind of bait him in, just burn
Team
down that time
PEPS,
bank.
bro. Team
It's gonna be a
PEPS
final
won,
touch here
chat.
for ENCE, but it's going to be a messy one.
Yeah, Tread just did so much damage with that Terror Surge. Just no way that ENCE
Jay,
can
you
get
should
back in
make
the
those
fight.
mouse pads
They
with
have the
your
Soundbarrier
ass.
Terror Surge of their own here for Team ENCE, so they should get
Chat wouldn't buy that.
at least a touch and a fight, but they can't fight for the high ground anymore. They have to fight on the point.
Jeez, Kev almost sending the click from the skies. Versola's 1 HP. Forced to amp it up was Martyr to keep him alive. And here's the high noon. However, there is a Tracer that can still touch, and Master, even with the sound barrier, really just eking out the advantage here. Kev's with a pulse, but I'm not sure where it went, but it didn't.
Okay, Emily, make it happen.
Master's gotta
If
be
you want
very
me to make a
careful.
mouse pad for a
75
giveaway that's like
The
that,
Divans,
make
the
it happen.
backline was just sublime there. Still with the
I'll take
sound
the picture
barrier
like
in
this.
hand, doesn't want to use it. Kai and Vestola end up going down, and yeah, Master just refusing to use the sound barrier as they get cleaned up. And that's point there. 2 and 2 now in Suravasa.
That almost feels like Masa, they went into that fight knowing that it was going to be a difficult fight, and it was like,
Oh,
let's
shit,
try
wait, it
fight,
wasn't
force them
last.
to use ultimates, which they
It
did
wasn't
accomplish.
last,
That
chat.
was
It's
the rush
2-2.
and the
Whoever
sound
wins the
barrier
next
used by
point
Team
wins.
PEPS. So maybe
This is a
like,
close
hey,
game.
Let's get an ultimate advantage going into this final round, so therefore we can snowball that advantage, because that could have been a dicey fight even with the sound barrier in it.
Yeah, for sure. Could have gone anyone's way, but now they've got 2 support ultimates to come into this fight, so you're feeling pretty nice. All right, Naga, what you got? Okay, you've been insta-spotted. You're chilling, you're vibing. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, FD God, not quite.
Oh,
So
oh!
Marsa, that was very unlucky. Well, both Lucio's down.
Rush used.
Rush, Pulse, Suzu, gone. Magnade on Orisa, dead.
Come
All
on,
good.
Team
Ends control
PEPS.
the
Come
point.
on, bro. I need you guys to win.
Do like it when people fall off the map. And only Rush used there by ENCE. Very,
Take
very
care,
nice
Alan.
fight from them. Still with the sound barrier. Marsa, diamond hands.
It also might not feel like it's important, but because of when ENCE got the point beginning that fight as well, they're already up to 40%, so they're only 1 to 2 team fights away from winning this entire map, and they still have that ult bank to sort of hang on to, while FD God and Level 1 Crook so far away from their own support ultimates.
Oh, Kai just revealing himself just for a mere moment there, and there is the beat. Tread, though, splitting everybody up, but Kevster comes in with a clutch 2k pulse. Smart from
Bro,
Crook
these
there, just
pulse bombs
quickly
are looking like
jumping
me
off
out
the
here,
map.
bro. They're
Same
taking notes
with
from my stream,
Nine.
chat.
They get a touch,
Nah, it's
maybe.
GG's.
Tread's going
It's
doom.
GG's,
FD
ENCE
goes
won.
Lucio, Naga's spawning last.
GG's.
Yeah, you can see Tread's going through the main area as well. It's going to be difficult to get all the way to the point, and even if he does touch, it's not going to feel good. Early block. FD God needs to live.
No, no one's gonna touch. No one's gonna touch. GG's.
No more other touches.
Chat,
you
we have
serious?
ourselves a game, bro. 2-2.
Okay.
We're going to a
Okay.
match
What do you want them to do,
5.
Josh?
Okay.
What does he want?
That was anything too fancy. Kai back on the Cassidy as well. That is good to see. I was curious.
We
if
aren't your
ENCE,
fans,
were gonna
little
play the
bro.
Arna
We're just
break,
observing.
because you can
Bro.
definitely play it. A lot of these corners have like high grounds, or they have like places where you can play
Where is
super
that?
far back. But looks like they're just going to go with
Where
the
was
old
that?
faithful, that being the Lucio and the Kiri.
We aren't your fans. If you're not my fan, why did you come to my stream yesterday and try to figure out what happened with my team, huh? You want to be caught up on my team, huh?
1 HP couldn't be lower. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
You're a
Actually,
fan.
All right, Kai ends up going down to try and break this.
Wait, what is this?
Yeah, because like the whole point of spawn hold is as soon as you start losing any members, it will start to trickle away from you because obviously the attacking team has a much closer spawn door. But Tread dying late, Exodial switching back over to the Sojourn. Let's see if ENCE are going to concede this corner, if they're just going to continue to fight with it, even though Kai isn't here. No, they're going to back up to the defensive high ground.
Yeah, concede it slightly. Gotta wait for Kai to get back in the mix. Decent though, you can perma-stall payload here if you do see it right on the very edge, but you're so exposed that doesn't really matter. Versola trying to keep Kevster at bay. Easier said than done though. Kevster super low. Crimso with a TP Suzu to try and save Kev. Forces Naga to recall, and Kev, you best believe he's paying him yet another visit. Takes the mega health back, and there you go. There's the recall from Kevster this time. Both traces now with
Come on, Team Peps, chat. We gotta see Team Peps win.
Kiriko dead for Team Peps. They're gonna have to play this one slower.
Yeah, level 1 Crook falling, no healing. So they're just gonna have to get out time. This is already a minute and a half off the clock just from this early close hold. And now Crimso has a rush. As soon as they see them commit any direction, I would expect Crimso to drop this one.
Oh. Yeah, easy rush. Thought he was gonna insta-kill the Tracer there. I mean, there's no chance. That was that a one-man from FD God? That might have been a one-man beat.
That fucking sucks.
I like the idea. I don't think he realized the rest of his team wasn't really there at that moment. And then as Tread dropped off of the high ground, FD God showed up. So it happens. Oh, Naga attacking out Crimso is a big switch and pick. So once again, ENCE should have to fall back, and they will.
Every night is a one-man beat for me. Wait.
Back, not even just on that little platform anymore. They have to play this corner just before first.
What do you mean by that?
To spare though, you got to be careful. And now because of that window swap as well from Naga. Oh, well, we'll speak about that in a minute.
Oh damn, he's not gonna get any kills. Fuck.
Sped up high noon.
It forces up the point here. The thing they need to be careful is this thing, the rush. Disengage comes through, later beat.
Sound barrier. Crook already used all of his cooldowns, but can Crook get away? Now Kev's just hounding down Exodial. And here comes the Terror Surge on the point. Pulse doesn't land, but the damage does. A little bit more of a tickle there. Then a giant explosion onto Tread as he was fortified. Kev 8 HP being more of a distraction tool right now for Team ENCE, who are on defense, just FYI. They've just swapped side of the map almost there. Tread in a whole heap of hurt.
Oh, no.
Tread ends up going down.
Tread getting very confident.
Oh, he missed everything. Oh, ew! He missed almost that whole clip and just whiffed. Naga, what the fuck, bro?
To close out this first point. So they've been able to get 3 different fights at 3 different points at this first point.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if Crimso can get up to this Kitsune rush, they're in a great spot. Exodial needs to finish this before it begins.
Just got to get in an angle for overclock. There's so many places you can hide though, but those hiding spaces are very close quarters. Collaterals can happen. We've seen it before. We'll see it again, I'd imagine. Couple of small hit markers there, but nothing more than that. Here's the rush, and Naga down. Sandbarry hitting 4 this time for Team Peps. Pushing forward on the point, and Tread in a little bit of trouble on the Mega Health Pack, but the Mega Health Pack is nowhere to be seen. That is ENCE's territory to hold. Team Peps have lost 2, make that 3 now. With 2 meters to go, ENCE just kind of swept Team Peps under the rug.
Oh, no, no, it's not over. It's not over. It's not over, bro.
That was not close.
It's not over. First point is very common to hold, chat. They could full hold as well.
Small intersection.
And just a couple of minor mistakes there by Tread. I think Tread just overvaluing or expecting to be able to live just a little bit longer on the Orisa, but every time he just overextended just a little bit, ENCE were punishing him. First time cost them a sound barrier, second time cost them getting some positioning for that final fight on first point, and it cost them in a big way, getting full hold on this first point. It's not the crazy thing, like full holds on full holds happen all the time, but ENCE is definitely in the driver's seat in this series. They just need to be smart with their ultimate economy, and they should be able to close out this series.
I've seen crazy things happen on this point, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, some of these corners are just so hard to take. It looks like Pep's actually changing things up too. Naga, May, and then Tread on the Ram, and then we have a Bab. All right, okay, so really wanting to stick firm to the point and just like stick on these small
corners. By the way,
corners,
Flame, I appreciate you have a new tier 1 and Somber. I appreciate you did it. I don't know if I said that. I probably did, but I have short-term memory problems, chat.
That first point, the first like bit of ground is. It's hard to isolate people.
They're going to try and do like the walls to try and isolate players and set them up, but there's a lot of great wall positionings that you can get to, and the Blizzard is also just such a great ultimate further into this round in terms of just denying positioning and just isolating targets. So we'll see if the Mei is going to work here for Team PEPS. We haven't seen any Mei so far today.
Let's have a little look then. Yeah, they know it's Mei. Looks like a lot of swaps coming through. Okay, Kai onto Soj. Kev.
Bro,
Tracer.
you're not a lady. Your legs are not gonna make us hard. Oh, sorry. I'll fix that.
They're gonna have to deal with.
If there's one person you don't want unmarked, it is Kevster. Look, already chunking 3 different people. Naga forced to block. There's the Nemesis form from Tread, but you can see in the top right there, everybody's super low. Kevster, like you mentioned, completely unchecked in the front line. There goes the lamp. Their solar does end up falling, but they may have just taken a little bit too much damage. They're gonna have to back off. Yeah, ENCE. They take down a couple. They take down Crook, most importantly there.
Yeah, early fight wins, which is really good. Tread needs to be really careful about lingering around here. They need to...
Oh, no! Stick from Kevster. FD got sliding
damn, bro!
into
Look at
Exodio's
that
life.
shit!
And that'll be a 2-piece. Kevster.
Look at that
farming Team
shit!
PEPS.
God
Not
damn,
enough
bro!
respect going on
You
with the Kevster Tracer there.
You
Kevster was
know
just shooting him in the
Kevster
side,
has
as
me
I
on
said,
his
going
other monitor, and he
completely
looked over
unpunished.
and he got
And
that
eventually
gameplay
pulse
went
puts
fucking
the
hard,
nail in
bro.
the coffin. Not
God
terrible for Team PEPS. They got a
damn!
minute off the clock, and now we're going into situations and fights where the Mei is going to be more valuable. But you can see ENCE not wanting to give up that position, and do break the solar out, and that should be that's a cooldown use. If you're ENCE, you go, we can play aggressive. The wall is down. They can't do that to us again.
The Arista 2, it's obviously a high-value, like, isolation target, Scott, but it's not like a Sigma. Arista has, like, 2 survivability tools.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more punishing to take down. Window from Crook
What
here.
what the hell did Kevster just say? Why did he just say Jay3 spreading those legs like my ex who everyone who she came across? What the
They
fuck?
definitely will. Kai and FD got to end up trading as Crook now could just sit behind this window, just pepper that front line. Double DPS down for ENCE, but they got a lot of ultimates out of Team PEPS in this fight.
Yeah, just like we saw in Suravasa, that absolutely felt like ENCE being like, whoa, they just committed window, sound barrier, Blizzard. We don't need to win this fight. We have 2 more minutes left on the clock. Now they're going to come back in with a sound barrier of their own. They have the overclock, so they should have the tools to close this out. So once again, I'm asking Exodial, they need to be the one to step up with this overclock. They didn't find it on their attacking side. Can they do it on the defense?
Pose one for Kevster. Gotta be careful. Doesn't want to hit Naga, obviously.
Very early.
Good pick. All right, okay. Reset. Go again. You're chilling. You're vibing. Can't kill Kev, though.
And that was actually not a bad lost fight for ENCE there as well, because not a lot of ult charge was given to the other heroes because it was just a very quick one-and-done kill, and the fight was over. So now, once again, ENCE coming in with a wealth of ultimates.
Almost 50% for Crimzo there to make it a clean one.
Okay, chat, let's see the Kevster pulse bomb again.
1 HP. Has to back off. It's go time now for Kai. Same with Kevster, waiting for the slide, but Master.
Nah, it's GG's. That's GG's.
Annihilation, that should just be it. No hope, no praise.
Damn, bro, that was a close fucking game, bro. Come on, man. Team PEPS should have won.
Close map.
Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.